Hey guys, Free Kong here, back with another video. I have finally transitioned to blackjack poker after a long awaited time and a lot of procrastinating. So I'm very excited about that. Rakeback is a lot better. Haven't really looked at it necessarily yet, but I'm getting the deposit bonus, which, if you remember, if you play on ACR, is pretty significant. I think it's like you get $1 for every 27 CP as opposed to 100 CP. Well, you get that additionally. There's a big difference, so it's nice. So I would recommend everyone who plays on ACR to just, if they feel like rakeback sucks, to just transfer sites to BCP so you can get the initial deposit rakeback. But I've actually been taking a break recently from poker for a couple of days just to kind of reset mental games, study a little bit. I worked specifically on 3-bet pots out of position. So mostly focusing on small blind versus cutoff, button, hijack 3-bet spots, just kind of what to do there. So maybe we'll get into some of the spots and I'll explain my thought process. But without further ado, here we go. It's going to be the exact same pool, by the way. The pool isn't different. The only thing that's different is the site. So kind of similar to Ignition and Bovada. I think they have the same pool. My tags don't save, though. So I had to, all these tags are new tags. Let me close this. Let me close this too. Defending here with ace-5. And this guy's going to be a little crazy. So depending on sizing, we can even fold flop. But yeah, for the sizing, I'm just going to fold ace-5. So the thing is, like, you might get, a lot of people might call this. And in theory, it could be a call sometimes. But I just think that we have a lot better hands to call down with. We have tens, we have pocket pairs, we have queen X, we have fours, whatever that we can call. And therefore we can fold our just regular ace X. Here on ace 3-4 board, I imagine with nines we have bets and we have checks. I'm going to choose to check this one. The issue is now when he bets, we probably have to fold on this turn. Good, he checks, so we're just going to check back. Shouldn't really have 2x. He has some bluffs here. Checks, check, check. And we lose against tens. Yeah, but that's kind of why I'm checking that board, right? Because to be fair, you shouldn't really be calling tens in the small blind. I think that's almost a pure raise. But he has those kind of hands where they're just not going to fold. So, yeah, I like the check on the flop. I think we can also bet as well. I just don't really see what calls us besides what's beating us, but again, for protection. Here the king jack suited, doing a lot of calling here versus under the gun. We can 3-bet this sometimes, but mostly calling. Good flop here. I assume here we're just going to call. And like big bets, over bets, we can fold the turn. But smaller bets, we do have to continue. Yeah, against this size, I don't think we have anything besides a continue. We can also raise. I like continue better, though. King Jack suited. We're blocking all his ace-X. Do I love this combo? No, but we also unblock his ace-X suited. So I will put him to bet. And expect to get called a lot, but sometimes also generate folds from ace-X suited. If I had an ace-X suited hand, like ace-5 suited, I would not be bluffing the river, but I think the reason why we can bluff with king X suited because he's going to have the ace-X suited. He's going to have just random shit that's betting the flop that shouldn't be betting. So I like our combo to bet. And he has stuff that can call. We can even get folds from smaller pocket pairs if he's like nitty. Here, I think we are going to bet this board a lot just with range. So I will choose twos. Now, I'm wondering if I should overbet this board instead. But I think this is fine. It's also like he's going to have some hands like pocket fours, pocket fives, pocket sixes, pocket sixes going to call. But sets are going to call. But everything else should be folding. So I don't mind twos as a hand to bet. This is so annoying. I hate when this happens. It's not the guy's fault, of course. It's the site being shit. So this guy's reggy. I'm gonna mark him as a reg because I know him pretty well. You're picking up aces, and of course, guy times out right when we get aces. Nice, nice. Okay, looks like he's back. Just gonna fold against the bigger sizing. You get 3-bet. Nice. So we're gonna put in the 3-bet here, or the 4-bet, I should say, with aces, and hopefully get it all in. Calls. The queen on the flop. You shouldn't really have queens. Shouldn't really have. You got some tens. But I'm going to choose the sizing. And Psy call if we get jammed on. He's going to have some tens. And it's just going to be what it is. But you shouldn't really have queens. So I don't mind. Use some ace king. Yeah, it looks like tens here, I think. I think we're losing to tens. Ace jack. That's a little ambitious, but no king, please. Nice. Good hold. And that is a text from someone. Okay, that's a little ambitious from the lad. What is he doing? So weird. I really thought he had tens too. This is so weird. What do I do here? I guess I'm gonna call. I don't think 3-betting this guy is that smart. So I'm just gonna call and fold a lot, unfortunately. But I don't think I can do much here. So we'll see what's going on. Ace queen, yeah. 3-7. What the fuck? Okay. Whale? Right? Limped or button with 3-7 suited, called raise onto lines. Alright. That's not a fish, that's a whale. That is the definition of a whale. But yeah, I mean, like that, for 40 bigs, that's probably going in by him, so I think that we played that pretty well. I think we might even be able to fold, to be honest. It seems so nitty, but we might be able to. Yeah, ace-jack, just going back to the ace-jack hand, I don't know what he's thinking. Like, maybe if he has the heart blocker, here we're going to be 4-betting, of course. If this guy 4-bets, I'm just going to fold. I just don't see bluffs, so I think I can fold. At least at these stakes. At normal stakes, I mean, it would probably just be going in. This is kind of like how you save money a little bit. And of course, we're calling off against jams. So, he jams. But we're not folding ace king suited. We are not in the business of folding ace king suited. Honestly, I think I'm just gonna jam. I think I just get to jam this flop a lot. He's gonna have some jack king, jack queen, but yeah, this kind of stuff makes a lot of sense. So, diamond hold. Look at that, just like that, up to 300 bigs. Ace 2 suited is a fold. A fist bump fold's also not a 3-bet. So whatever. But I think I actually like our jam a lot. Maybe it's not solver approved, but I think that he has a lot of stuff that, of course, he's gonna have queen jack suited more than we will. But he's also going to have a lot of drawing stuff. He's going to have a lot of queen X. He's going to have king queen and stuff. I just really want to get it in, and I do not want to give him a good price to see any of his draws, especially unblocking his against the fishy whale. I will check this hand. And now I'm just going to be betting the turn for value. He's going to call his ace X. So. But going back to that hand, of course, I think I prefer doing that, of course, not having a diamond. If we had a diamond, I wouldn't be jamming. I don't really need to protect, but that was the exact thought process. Now, I don't, what was his name again? I feel like I've seen him in the pools. I definitely played against him, but that is quite fishy. That seems like a fishy play to me. It doesn't seem whale. I don't think whale level is correct, but that seems quite fishy to me. I mean, I know for a fact ace 2 suited cannot be a 3-bet there, and it's definitely for sure not a call against a 4-bet. So here we'll raise. Where is this fucker? This guy's crazy. I'm gonna wait to mark him though, because I think I marked him wrong. I don't know if he's a whale or what's going on, so I'm just gonna wait. But I recognize the name. So raise here, folds. All right, we're gonna get 4-bet here. I think against Nidri, I'm gonna just call. I can also 4-bet. I can do either. Either's fine. Beautiful. call. I think, honestly, I don't know if I want to jam or if I want to... I think I'm honestly just going to jam against this sizing. Aces? Oh, wow. Hold, please. Drawing 2-3 outs. It does not hit him. Nice. What is going on today? What is happening? This is quite crazy. This is the wrong good move, but not even wrong good. That's the nice thing about jamming there with kings, because you would, I think, with ace king and kings we can jam there, and with the other hands we are 4-betting, if I'm not mistaken. Of course, folding the flop here. That's a nice thing. Like this player, I think it was him. He's the name. I don't remember who it was. I'm gonna have to look after this session. But the nice thing is that that kind of player will not be calling a lot of flops with ace queen, but he'll be calling it all in. So, which is insane. I mean, he is just a whale. Didn't even think about it either. He just snap called that off. I was like, oh shit, like, are we against aces? You know, something that at least has equity. We're gonna have to call this even against the bigger sizing. We'll start folding our like queen 10, king 10, but pocket pairs I don't think can fold. This is likely a fish, but again, I'm gonna be hesitant to. I think something I did wrong was just marking everyone who was doing something a little wrong as fish, which I don't think is fair. I think people who really make mistakes should be marked as fish. I imagine I can call. I imagine I can also fold this. I also imagine I can 4-bet. I'm gonna fold, but I imagine I can do any of the above. This is gonna be tough if he bombs it. Okay, just check folding the turn. I think seems about right to me. Yep. Seems about right to me. Well, it would be nice if we get this one in, of course, but wishful thinking is wishful thinking. Alright, folds. Queen 5 suited is close here. I will fold. Again, I'm gonna lean towards just folding in general, just because this is the stake. I mean, unfortunately, this is if you're new to watching this, which you probably aren't because no one watches these videos. But if you're new, this is just kind of the pool. You got to play a little tighter than you usually would, especially out of position, for a couple of reasons. One, people don't bluff, but also rake. The rake is so high that position matters so much more than it would normally. And position already matters a lot. So, oh, that was the guy, the Shep, whatever the fuck his name was, the guy who fucking punted and all in with ace jack. That just can't be right. You're not blocking anything, bro. Like, maybe you're blocking some ace queen combos, but I wouldn't be choosing this hand. Maybe ace X with ace of hearts, if anything, but I think that's still ambitious. I bet a half flop, especially considering you block one of my bluffing hands, which would be ace king. I would do the same thing with ace king as I would with aces. I would bet that size as well. But the issue is that you're blocking one combo of ace king suited and a bunch of combos of ace king in general. What is going on? Sometimes we just get these sessions where it's just like, dude, are you fucking shitting me? Okay. Alright. Hopefully this man does something weird. Nope. Folds. Interesting. Very interesting. I would have expected him to stack off there. Yeah, you should never be flat. Like, I think the mistake that people make is people flat aces there against 3-bets, which is just horrendous because you're just giving other hands such a good price. Like, the thing about aces is nice is that it is such a strong hand, but it's also a very weak hand as well. It needs a shit ton of protection. Against the smaller sizing, I will choose a little bit of a smaller 3-bet sizing. Queens. Jesus, what is happening here? Oh, this is so weird. I'm gonna fold here. They seem a little tight. Queens is doing a lot of calling against 3-bets, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think that these kind of hands are ways that people lose a lot of money, like calling a lot of queen tens versus under the gun, jack 10, whatever. When in reality, with this rig structure, I think that they work very well as folds, especially being out of position against someone who is going to be betting. Like people oversee that these boards people don't fold as much, so you're just going to be facing usually a lot of aggression with a mediocre hand. Here we can bet. We can also check. Some of these hands have to bet, so I will choose this one to probably bet a larger sizing. Again, this is a board that we're largely going to be checking on. Like almost, I think, probably 60 to 70% of the time we're going to be checking this board with range, but we have to have some hands that are going to be betting, and that probably will be one of the hands. I would also be betting a hand like like queen 10 with some sort of diamond. I could also be betting as a bluff, but any hand like a high ace x hand, any kings, aces, probably doing a lot of checking on that board. That is a frequency open, I think, king 9 off there. Low frequency, it's like 5% maybe. Yeah, we're pretty much going to be 3-betting, unfortunately, with tens. Okay. Of course, I don't love the small blind 3-bet, but yeah. Okay, so we're supposed to be folding here. We're actually supposed to be folding jacks here, even, which is kind of funny. I think, if I'm not mistaken. Checking here with queen jack, I think it seems pretty fine. Issue is this guy also knows I bluff. Like I've been in a couple of situations with him where I've tried to bluff him, and he's had hands, to be fair, that should be calling down, but he knows that I'm capable of bluffing, and he's a reg, and so he's gonna call me down very light, unfortunately. So I'm gonna be a little more cautious against him, but I need to still be taking spots with bluff, and I don't think that is one of them. I could have bet the turn there. I could have also checked, but on flop, I think it's gonna be mostly checking, because he doesn't have a lot of hands that actually will fold that flop. All right. Let's see here. We're gonna have to choose some hands to bet with. Here, checking on the flop. Of course, raising this one and folding here. Folds. Nice to take it down. I've noticed that people are defending. It's funny because people used to be folding a lot more to 3-bets, blind versus blind, but I've noticed that people are defending a lot more heavily now. I wonder if people have noticed that it's a leak. I really want to do like a population. Oh, we're 18 minutes in. Wow, we're only 18 minutes in. That's crazy. I really want to do a population study though. It'd be very interesting to see like what kind of people are doing what kind of stuff. Of course, calling here nights. Here, we block a combo of jack 9 suited. We block 9-8. We block 9-10. This might be a raise on the flop. Yeah, I think I like a raise. I think I like a raise because of considering that this hand needs protection, plus we have blockers. Okay. I'm just going to start shoveling money in. This is what I'm going to do. If this man has kings, he has kings. He also has a combo of king jack, which I'm worried about. But I'm not sure we can fold this. I'm going to debate folding this if I get jammed on. Okay, cool. It's ours. Nice. Tens. Wow, that's a little light. Tens is a little light, by the river at least. What are you doing? Okay, this guy's crazy. I remember him. So we're just going to call.
This is what we're gonna do. Against this man, we're just gonna go call, and then possibly fold the river. But he's crazy. Yep, just calling turn. And probably just folding river, to be honest, because it's just we have much better hands to calm him down with. So it screams like low jack. So I'm perfectly happy with that. The tens hand I really don't like from him. I think it's a punt at the end. I think that there's just so much that I can have there. I'm going to elect for a call with ace-3 suited here, only because I think that this is actually... Here now I have to bet 1/3. I can also possibly check this back. I don't think I really can, but like board not necessarily great for me. Another thing that I think people are doing too much is over defending a hand like Queen 9, which is just going to be mostly folding out of position. But yeah, the tens hand by villain seems punty. It seems a little much. So yeah. I mean, if he wants to keep doing it, I'm okay with it. See what's going on here. So we have someone who I labeled as, here we're going to be putting in a c-bet on flop. For small, we can also go half, but I think with tens we actually want to go smaller. Nine's going to be always checking this turn, even with Queen X. And he doesn't have many bluffs here on river, so yeah, I don't understand this. I mean, it doesn't make sense. Like, we can call with all our Queen X and be happy here, and we have better hands to call down with, so I will fold my tens. This is a frequency open. Villain does have a lot more 9x than we do. He has 9-8 suited, he has 9-10 suited, he has actually that's actually only 9 suited he has though. He has 9-8 suited, he has 9-10 suited, and he has 9s. And that's it. And we're blocking 10-9 suited. Maybe I should call, to be honest. I'm trying to think about what he's repping on the river. It's like ace-queen? Exactly? I don't know. Considering that that's like the hand we block 10-9 suited with. Something to note. Something to think about. I will choose this as a check. I think we can check sometimes. Cool. Just calling. Very easy call on the river. Yeah. And don't have a 2, please. Why don't you jam? Just jam, buddy. Jam, buddy. I'm going to call that anyways with ace-x. That's unfortunate. I mean, to be fair, he's not folding the flop anyways, so we saved ourselves some money. But that's pretty funny. King 2 suited. Ugh, what the fuck? I'm going to flat here against this. This is the knee. Okay. So 2x. Bet sizing. In position. Okay. Yeah, that was kind of an unfortunate hand. But the villain was also absolutely stupid. This man needs to overbet like heavily. I'm probably calling anyways with my ace-x, so because there's only really one hand that beats me. So I guess besides sets. Beautiful fold with ace-jack suited here. This is so strong, beyond belief. Okay, small bets on flop. This should favor me and Beans' range a lot. You should be betting this with the entirety and check. Like right as I say that, you should be betting this with the entirety of his range, check. I even think queens is supposed to bet that a lot. I think he has queens or jacks. I think it's just queens or jacks. But he's going to get exploited a lot, unfortunately, if he has a hand like that. Oh, this is close. is close against someone who is more crazy, I will fold. Yeah, I understand it's supposed to be a call, but against this player who I know is going to be doing crazy shit. Queens, right? Jacks, ace, king. Yeah, I don't think this is right. I also don't know if you should be rebetting that hand, actually. It might be folding. I don't know. I don't know. Weird to think about. Calls with our ace-x suited, we're just going to be calling. King, queen suited, calling. And calling here, folding here, checking back the flop here. Checking the turn here. And here, I guess we're going to be calling. I don't know. And here, I guess checking ace-x. What are you doing betting queen 5 on the turn? What? Maybe I should bluff this. Nope. Yeah, I don't know. The king queen hand is weird because I think that actually we're beating a lot of the stuff that gives up on the river. So I didn't see him betting I didn't think he was gonna bet a 5, so my thought process was okay. If he's not betting a 5, then he checks the river. I don't see what at this point is calling a bet or folding to a bet that we're beating. Or that we're not beating, I should say. Yeah. Calls here with ace queen. When he bets the flop, which he shouldn't do, I will just fold. It's quite funny though. It's like, don't bet into me, I'm scared. And I can just pitch my ace queen and be pretty happy about that. It's not a good flop for ace queen anyways, so I'm very happy to pitch that. Here I'm actually gonna put in a fold. And it seems crazy, but we don't have spades. And villain bets big, and I will just fold the flop. Yeah, again, I think these are places where you can kind of just limit the amount that you're losing. Like you see villain bet, like I think size people don't really factor in how much sizing matters. Like if he bets 1/3 there, we can call, but when he starts a bit bigger, it implies that he's going to continue that aggression on later streets. So you can just start folding. I think here we're just gonna flat a lot with ace king's offsuit, especially against Bonnets. Yep, just flatting here. This board can check, can also bet. We'll see what he does. He bets small. I think we'll fold with ace king. It might be a little too tight, but I think it will get the job done. I think that we just don't have a lot that's going on that board, unfortunately. So, and he's a good player, so he's not going to be, raising doesn't really make much sense there, especially with that combo. We're never going to be raising ace king there. So, okay, red, crazy fold here. How much are we working on? Working on 28 minutes. Yeah, I'll probably go for a good length, maybe 20 more minutes or so. So ace king here should be 4-betting sometimes and should be calling sometimes. Yeah, this guy's crazy. This is a aggro like whale. This is like whaliest of whales. Whales call with ace queen off or better is what I'm gonna label this guy as because he's insane. I maybe shouldn't, now that I'm looking at what he's doing, I don't think I should be folding. Because there was a hand we had where I had 10. I don't know if I should be folding that. Hopefully he doesn't open rip here. So I would like to realize he folds. So he is selecting his hands. It's important to note. Calling here king queen off. Checking flop. Yeah, don't love when he bets. I don't think I can raise though. Okay, checks. I think we're winning here. I'm actually going to put in a raise now, because I think this is a little weak. Yeah. Check river. Are we good here? That's unfortunate. I mean, we played it completely correctly. So, yeah, I can't really be mad. Be mad. I mean, I can be annoyed, but I think we played it well. So, don't mind. Don't mind. I mean, the fact that he's flatting Queen 9 suited there is whatever. But this is the importance again of labeling. Like we saw that he's someone who's just going to be limping along with any whatever, and so it's important to extract value from his hands. He's also going to be playing pretty face up. Okay. Defending ace x here. And I maybe should start folding this lower ace x or 3-betting more often. I think I can just check. I think I can just give up. Maybe, because I think I have hands here. Yeah. He will have some, like, stuff, but I think that, like, my bluffing hands want to consist a lot more of king x there than ace x. Especially ace 6, because I'm blocking some combos of his that would fold. Like 6-7, stuff like that. Here against the fish, I will c-bet this board. Even against the fish, it's just it's so good for us. And checking turn, giving up against this player. This is an interesting river. He's gonna bet, yeah. And we just fold. Here, we're gonna check the flop, I think. You should get small bets on the flop. Shouldn't be big. Expect to see a lot of 1.8. Okay, that makes no sense. And when he barrels a turn for big, I'm gonna fold my ace 8 suited. Because a lot of stuff that he's bluffing does get there. And that's what it is. He can make an ace fold. I don't mind. Yeah, this is gonna fold. Again, important to note that like that needs to be a fold sometimes. Wow, what a flop for us. But that needs to be a fold sometimes. I can't just be calling always. Okay, pause for a second. Okay, this is a very good turn. Start the bet against this man. He's gonna call his ace x. Hopefully we don't see raises. Raises would be unfortunate. Nice. I would have liked if he had an ace because he would be calling the turn, but that's what it is. I do want to put money in against an ace. Here I will start with a c-bet on flop. There's a bunch of stuff that will fold. I don't think I can fold just yet. And likewise on the turn, I don't know if I can fold either with this combo. Cool, we're not folding ever. So, I mean, you can have king x. You can also be bluffing. Yeah. There's going to be a call. You have king x of clubs and we're getting owned. No, you are value betting with the 8 of clubs. What the fuck? Okay, that's interesting for sure. Ah, this guy. Aggressive. I think I had him labeled as aggro before too, but definitely aggressive. Calling here or 3-betting, definitely 3-betting here. And when we go deeper, I am more incentivized to call. Against this player, I'll be 4-betting. All in here. The tens. Nice. This is supposed to be a jam. Oh. Yeah. think it's a little big for us. Again, sizing, if he's raising 15 over my 2.5, I can start only calling with the top of my range. It makes it very easy. I don't have to call my king queen suited. Just calling here with the jack king. And we get a flop that we are going to have to call at least one on. Yep, sizing's fine, maybe a little bigger. And we're gonna probably have to call turn with this one, unless he does something big and weird. Definitely calling the turn. And I'm gonna check the river, and if he wants to bluff it, I'm gonna let him bluff it. So, he has some ace king. Yeah, I think this becomes a very easy fold. This is like, I have ace king, and I can just fold. I don't think I have to call that very easily. I just don't understand why he's betting so small on the turn. It's a good 90. I mean, if he wants to do that, I will fold. He's right that I don't really have ace king there, but I should have it sometimes. I just don't think it's necessary. I actually put him exactly on the one hand that he has. I think he does not have any other hand. I don't think he's punting. So, quite funny there. It might be correct in some sense against some of this pool. Ah, shit. This is a mistake. I should have folded. Against this player, I would just fold. I should just fold. Oh, lordy. Can I fold this one against this player? He's gonna be calling with a lot of stuff. I don't know what's going on if he raises this. Maybe I like this as a check. Okay. Against this player, I don't think I'm folding a pair. Check turn. He does have some 6-7, which would be very unfortunate if it got there, but I don't think I'm folding this. This player will come up with bluffs. Okay, looks like we might be good actually. It's unfortunate. Should know his image better. Checking here on river. We might be good. We are good. Look at that. Okay. Folding. Let's see, we're on 38 minutes. Yeah, I'll probably run for 10 more minutes. Pretty successful session so far off of some just horrendous punts. So I'm pretty happy. Raise this and I'm going to 4-bet the shit out of you. Here's a fold. Okay, limps. I'm just going to start to raise to 5x when he limps because he'll just call anyways, so I don't really mind raising him to 5x. He's not going to fold. I doubt it. Oh, it folds. Okay. Interesting. Folding here, Queen 10 against Han. I will call, but against another gun I'll fold. Yeah, something I did, or I vowed to do on the kind of time, a little bit of time I took off, which is about like a week or so that I took off, was to just tighten up a little bit. Because I think that I was winning pretty well when I was playing a little bit tighter and folding a lot on the big blind as opposed to what I was doing recently. And so I think that playing tighter is just going to be better at this stake, unfortunately. I don't love it when it means folding 5s here, but I think that it will make us a profit in the long term because people aren't adjusting that well. Fold. Of course, folding here. He folded, thank you. Easy big blind. What is going on here? Blitz. We're bleeding money over here. Lost a full stack of something doing something. I don't even know what we lost it to. We lost it to something though. We were up to like 470 and now we're down to 400. Unfortunate for sure. Raises, I will fold. Especially considering this man limps all the time, so when he raises it looks very nutted. I don't know if this is actually a pure open. Raise a little bit bigger because we're deeper. I don't know if I can fold this against this man. White gems. Alright. There is stuff we're beating. I will choose to check this though. He shouldn't bet the turn. He shouldn't. We should see a lot of checks, but there's not gonna be checks. Yeah. I would check my ace king here is the thing. I don't understand why you're betting. Like it makes no sense to me. I don't get it. It's like fold. But that's unfortunate. He probably did have something, so it's probably actually fortunate that we checked the flop there. Okay. I mean, he doesn't really have that size on the turn. He can bet sometimes, maybe, but not that size. It's just not a thing. Now, on that flop, I would be betting. I'd be much more inclined to bet with a hand like ace-5 suited, ace-4 suited, just because I have the implied odds of hitting straights, and also I can fold out a hand like ace-queen, because he can have ace-queen there at frequency. Not high frequency, but at frequency. And he will, knowing who he is now, he will have it at high frequency, because it's just, he was doing some weird shit. We'll have to call this one and fold this one. Very nice. We'll check. Definitely not folding on flop. And we'll choose to fold on the turn though. Okay. Unfortunately, against a 4-bet by him, we will be folding. Normally I wouldn't, but because this player's in, I will fold. Because he can just be doing this with like 8s and stuff. So. This is a frequency raise. I will choose to raise this one. And we're going to be calling here on... it's not a bad flop for us, actually. Check flop. He actually has a lot of checks on this flop, I think. Instead he chooses to bet half. Interesting on turn what we do. Yeah, I'll just fold. Weird spot. That's so weird. I don't love his sizing on the flop. I don't, because we have a lot more Jack X than he will. He'll be flatting a lot of his Jack X on the button. So we will have a lot of Jack X. I don't know. There's definitely some spots that I want to look over here. Like if I can even be raising that flop right there. Because I'm trying to think about what he bets on. What do I call on the flop that folds the turn for that sizing? Maybe like almost exactly ace queen. Because I'm not folding ace king. I'm not. Ace king can't be a fold there. Ace queen might be too tight to be a fold too. This is a cold color. Check flop. Okay, I mean, we have to start putting in money here. Unfortunately. Calls. And I will block river in case villain has something that wants to call like Jack 10. I think we have to block. Yep. Or 7. That is precisely why we block. And you might think, what value are you getting, Free Kong? You're getting no value. There you go. That's why we block river. Now, if a heart came, that would have been quite fun. It would be quite fun, but no hearts came, unfortunately. Although 10-7 suited on the flop must have been... I mean, that's such a strong hand. I'm surprised he didn't, like, donk or do something weird. You might actually be able to donk with that hand, so strong. Irishman. We'll be putting in a call here. Yeah, definitely not folding the flop here. 10? And not folding the turn. I think I like this actually as a check. Folds. Okay, that's fine. Might be even able to go smaller, to be honest, but yeah, whatever. I think that's fine. Queen Jack frequency open, probably opening it about half the time. Especially, we'll open it a lot more when we don't see aggressive or weird people. If we see them, we're going to start folding this hand more just because just weird shit will happen on this hand. It's also not necessarily a super fun hand to play. Like you might think it's easy, but it's not very easy to play. There's just a lot of cards that are bad for it. So we will wrap this one up. Actually click sit out on the big blind and wrap up the session. A little bit on the shorter side, but a very successful session for sure, as you see by the stacks. A lot of punting, some interesting hands going on here. King, Jack. What will I get to fold on this flop? Any ace-x? So I guess I want to be betting sometimes. Interesting. Just to block this turn. I think that I get value from blocking. I can also check this turn at some frequency. The thing is, I really shouldn't float flop an ace. So, this is so weird. What is he folding on that turn? So weird. Anyways, yeah, probably made a profit of about, I want to say 3 buy-ins, about $30, which is nice. Always good to make a nice win. Felt I played pretty well. I think I was folding at the right frequency. I think something that, again, I need to work on is, like, not understanding villains' lines and then paying them off. For example, like the guy who just bet 16.8 big blinds on the King 8, like, 5 board, or the King 8, 5, like, 3 board or something, the turn when he should be checking a lot. It doesn't make much sense, but, you know, it's what it is. And just kind of realizing, okay, like, maybe they have some sort of marginal hand or whatever trying to bluff you off, but it's actually likely you have the worst hand here. So I'm really happy with the fact that I didn't really do some weird shit, and I played pretty standardly. And hopefully this run good will continue into the next episode, who knows. But thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.